Hi, everyone. My name is Casey Brown, and I am the Director of Life Enrichment here at Bethany. Today, I am getting the wonderful privilege of talking to you about our HIPAA policy and procedure. So, we all have heard the word HIPAA. It gets thrown around whenever we're at the doctor's office. They give us that one beautiful little pamphlet saying, hey, here's your HIPAA rights. So, really, what is HIPAA? HIPAA is a Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. It's a federal law that required the creation of national standards to protect sensitive patient health information from being disclosed without the patient's consent or knowledge. This information is known as PHI or PHI. So PHI or PHI stands for Protected Health Information. What is PHI? It is information collected that relates to the past, present, or future health of a condition of an individual, and it can identify the individual, or there's a basis to believe that the information can be used to identify them. So Bethany does have a privacy practice. Upon admission, we ask all individuals and or their power of attorneys and guardians who we can provide information to and what information that we can provide them. They also get a copy of our privacy practice. Once we know this information, we put it into the residence chart, and it is in point-to-click care for all of the appropriate staff that need to know that information and who they can and cannot talk to. So what is protected? Verbal. We got to remember when we're talking with our family, friends, or anyone outside of work that we are not providing any information regarding our residents here at Bethany. Written. Anything social media, fax documents, wrong information, emails. We have to make sure that we are talking or writing to the appropriate people that should be or should not be receiving this information. So, does everyone need to have permission in order to obtain information? Technically, no. There's three situations in which you can share information without permission to provide treatment. If me and you end up going to the hospital and you're the only one with me, they're going to ask you about information regarding my health concerns, specifically if I'm not able to, and to be able to provide treatment to myself. This is a protected information for you. To obtain payment for services, um, if you owe Bethany any sort of money, we can reach out to anyone who may or may not have information regarding you to be able to obtain payment for the services. And then to conduct normal healthcare operations, we all have to be able to talk to each other and make sure that we have our residents' best interest in mind. So now that you work here, everybody is going to be super jealous of you. One, but they're also going to know someone who lives here or maybe here temporarily for rehab. So, my main thing that I like to say is when I'm not at work, I really don't want to talk about work. And we really want you guys to do the same thing. Even if you know the answer, even if you are thinking you're going to be saving your coworker some time, please do not be talking about our residents' health information or their care outside of work. One, you don't know if that person can receive that information. And two, we don't want you to be put into that situation. We want you guys to have that work-life balance and not have to worry about the residents when you are not here and talking about their care. So I work in social services, but my best friend works in dietary. What can I really share with them? Because we all have to be able to talk to each other. Unfortunately, for dietary, I can't really tell them much besides their diet, such as, hey, don't serve Casey cooked peas because they smell atrocious. She can smell them in her office and it's just disgusting. So please don't serve her cooked peas. But they don't need to know that I've just increased anxiety medication because Casey's a little crazy, or that the resident stomach is upset and they've been having some bowel issues in the bathroom. We need to only know the information that is pertinent to our jobs and how we can perform our jobs best for our residents. Yes, we care for every single one of our residents and they become a part of our family, but we really need to stay within our roles and really know what information we should be receiving and what information that we can have. So, someone calls Bethany and they ask if Casey Brown is a resident. You can tell them that I am a resident here unless we specifically have told you that you cannot tell anyone that I am here. If they start asking questions such as how she doing, I heard she's there for rehab, that's when we're going to start looking at point click care to make sure that we can give that information to the appropriate people and that they receive that information, and if they can receive that information. Please do not ever give out your personal cell phone number, your social media, email, or private information to our residents or their families. We want, again, that life work balance for you. And plus, this limits the potential for HIPAA violations. We know that your hearts are in the right place and you want to be that person for them to reach out to, but please do not do this. It becomes a very, very fine line. So, what can we do to make sure that we are protecting our residents' privacy? One, we don't want to be talking about residents out in common areas and talking about their issues where other people can hear, such as visitors, employees, or even our residents. Our residents already know everything that happens across Bethany campus, and we want to limit as much as we can about their healthcare situations. Make sure when we're talking to a visitor that visitor can get the appropriate information. If you are unclear, make sure you check point click care. And if you don't have access to that, reach out to nursing or social services. Again, control access to our computers. We're now using computers for our charting. Make sure we're not leaving patient information up when we're walking away from our computers. And don't put work on social media. We are going to find out about it. If you're having a bad day, social media is not the place to go venting. But we do encourage you to share our Facebook page with the things that our residents are doing. But please do not go and air out dirty laundry on Facebook. So you know someone that potentially broke HIPAA, or you yourself broke HIPAA. Make sure you contact your supervisor immediately, or you can come to me. I am the HIPAA compliance officer, and we will fill out the HIPAA reporting form and kind of go through that process. This can be found at the front desk or in any of the nurses' station. So, what if you do break HIPAA, or you know that someone broke HIPAA and you didn't report it? You could face a civil penalty from up to $100 all the way up to criminal penalty of $1.5 million. So, unless you really have that money and you really want to, spend it to the US government, please make sure that we are watching who we are talking to and what we are talking to them about. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or any of your supervisors. We are happy to discuss that with you. Thank you.